Morning, I am making my usual breakfast sandwich. So we have some of the 100-calorie Thomas English muffins. I have 3 slices of the Jones Canadian bacon. I do double the egg whites, so I do 92 grams of the egg whites. And then this is a slice of the Velveeta cheese. My coffee, I'm going to do some of the La Colombe cold brew, one of the cafe latte premier proteins. I'm going to add in one of my Fitbiotic probiotic mixes. Today I'm going to bring some of these yummy like sugar bomb tomatoes is what they're called, a peach Chobani yogurt, and then a s'mores Quest bar. Here is my amazing filling breakfast. Oh my gosh, you guys, this will keep me full. I probably won't even have any snacks until after lunch. Hello, happy Monday. This morning I was running a little bit late, so I did not get a chance to pop on and say good morning. So far today I have ate my tomatoes, which I cannot emphasize how amazing those tomatoes are. Had those, my breakfast sandwich. I have drank some tea. Oh, let me show you. I'll show you my coffee bar here in a second. And I'll show you my tea that I was drinking. So I've been drinking tea and water, iced tea and water. I have not had any other snacks or anything. So all the snacks I showed you, I still have those at work. I am going to make a veggie wrap. So if you saw my meal prep, you saw I meal prep this. I know I mentioned in my meal prep that I was gonna make a chicken salad, and I did not. I forgot to say that I was going to wait to make that because I didn't want to have a bunch of leftovers in my fridge. So I may, if I feel like I need to make that, I'll just make it later in the week. But anyway, this veggie salad mixture is like based off of a wrap that I had from a local place. So I have that. I have one of the big, see, look how huge these are, the big La Banderita carb counter tortillas. I have one of these, is 2 points. Can't remember how much the salad is because it has olives and the provolone cheese, but with the amount of olives were 0 points that I put in here for the 3 servings, and the cheese I believe is 2 points. So I think this is just going to be 4 points total. Not very much protein. This ended up being with the tortilla, and this is going to be about 20 grams of protein, which I prefer to try to have 30 per meal. So I'll probably make sure I definitely either eat my Quest protein bar or have my yogurt or something, which I have a feeling this is not going to keep me like super full. So anyway, I'm going to put that together and show you that when I am all done. I forgot to show you, I'm also going to add some of this fresh herb salad on my wrap too. I didn't want to add it in this mixture when I made it yesterday because I didn't want the lettuce to get soggy. So I'm just going to kind of put a base of it here and then put that mixture on top. And here is my finished veggie wrap. Yum. Perfect amount of dressing. Did not need to add any more of that balsamic vinegar dressing. This is so good. Side note, I'm only going to put 1 point down for this because look how much I've left over. I put this in as 3 and it came 3 servings and it came up as 2 points. But there's going to be more like 5 servings. So I think the 3 pieces of cheese I used definitely is not going to be 2 points worth of, probably even 0, but I'm going to go ahead and just do 1 point. I ended up adding some slices of pickles to that as well. We're gonna give this a little refresh. I like to have more tea in the summertime, so I'm gonna bring out some of my fruity syrups. So here's the before, and I'll show you guys the after. I'm gonna tackle this big old mess again one of these days. Maybe we'll get it right. Again, I'll be showing you this on Monday in Monday's video. I'll show you the after and kind of some things that I have found online that I think will help it come together a little bit better. What I wanted to work on is all this countertop clutter because I have all of this over here, which if my pantry is cleaned out, I can move most of that over there. I just have so much clutter here. Now, of course, those dishes will be put away, but I mean, I want something different. Like, I feel like right now things are just a little chaotic on my countertops. The dishwasher, and I used up all this is garbage, but I also want to do something with all of this. So I did purchase a couple of things from Amazon, and I will, in the after, hopefully as long as they come on time, you will see those. That's going to help me with some of this just craziness over here. Just want to do something different over here too. So Yeah, hopefully, like I said, hopefully the after will look a much better. Now, of course, I'm kind of in the middle of cleaning right now, so it is kind of like chaos before, you know, everything looks a lot better. But I just want to show you guys a few things that I am tackling this Sunday. And like I said, you guys will see all that in Monday's video. Here is that iced tea I was telling you about. So it's the Southern Breeze. It's 0 sugar. It does use sucralose, but I have the half and half, which is like half lemonade, half tea, just the regular original. I have the raspberry, mint, watermelon, blackberry, peach. I get these off of Amazon or their website. And I did put all my fruity stuff out for my green tea, iced tea that I like to have. So I just have a few of the other ones out, but mostly all my fruity ones. Before of my countertop. So one thing I ended up doing was I took out the stand that comes with this because it actually pushed it out to about here, which it's just extra counter space that I could save by just pushing them together like this, adding my plant for look. So I just feel like that looks better. It's just kind of out of the way, but I can still grab them because I'm always using my cutting boards, as you guys know. So it just, like I said, it came all the way out to here. So just, it's nice having that extra space. And then over here, so I was going to get rid of that and just use it on my dining room table and just decorate with the season. But these were much bigger than I thought they would be, and it just didn't look right over here. No matter if I put them right there or put them right here, it just did not look right because of this sharp corner. I think if it had been more curved, it would have been better. I don't know. I may still end up rearranging this, but for now, I still have my little thing back there. And then I have this. Now, why I wanted this one was because, see, it has this shelf on top. You remember from my before little video, all this stuff was on the counter in baskets, and I just feel like it's just nicer. It's kind of off. I use this stuff every day. This is my Motivate stuff. Use it every day on my greens back there, my recovery, my burn, my sleep. I use that every day. These are my favorite water enhancers. I use these every day, my True Lemon ones. And then we have our veggies. We do have some veggies. We have onions and potatoes in here. I'm gonna try to limit my fruits to not so many because I just noticed I'm not eating them as often, because right now I really like berries. So, if you see ants, yes, I have ants right now. I really liking citrus right now. So I think I'm gonna try to only buy like 1 or 2 types of fruits that don't go in the refrigerator. So I have a watermelon cut up already in there, so I'll cut this cantaloupe up later on. I have all my tomatoes over there, but right now I just have this. So this came in a 2-pack. I will link it down below. I love it, but it's really big. I was surprised on how big it was. I should have probably looked at the size, but anyway, let me show you what I ended up doing with the other one. And let me kind of stand back, and you can just kind of see, my lunch, kind of see how open it is now. I don't know, it just seems to me a lot better. I'm taking my popcorn maker out, and I put it up in that cabinet with all my popcorn and stuff, so I can just pull it out. So I still have my creamy out, my air fryer, and then I put this back there because I don't use this one. It's really for decorative because I like the decorative look of it. So I just kind of put it back there with my tray that I already had, just as a nice little decor. My problem child over here. So I used that other one, end up using that other one for my bread. I think I may put that over there for my bread. So you see I have the buns back there. We have our loaf of bread. And then I didn't really have anywhere to put this stuff before. So now I have my wraps, my English muffins. All those can just go on top. Yeah, so doesn't that look so much better? I end up moving all those chips and stuff, all my husband's chips, up here in baskets, so I can just pull them out and he can just get them out. This got a little bit better. I'll tell you what I need to do. I did a lot of research on deep pantry organization, and most of them used big bins like this, but I only had 2. So I'm thinking of getting bigger bins, because I think what happens is when you have these smaller ones, you can't fit as much. Plus, I don't know, it's just been getting away from me still. So I do have it organized though. Got rid of the expired stuff. So now I can really see what I have and what I have a lot of and what not to buy. So I kind of, just these are kind of like sauces, and so I have a bunch of like G. Hughes sauces, the Red Hot sauce, marinara sauce. I have lemon juice I didn't know I had. I think if you guys watch my meal prep video, you heard me say I have a little lemon juice for my apples. Guess what? Yes, I do. I have 2 of them to be, oh no, that's lime. I do have lemon juice. And then back here, all the canned stuff. So most of this stuff I'm not used, but I didn't even know I had this can of Rotel. So, and I have a ton of garbanzo beans, and I had bought some. I have 2 right here from Thrive Market, and I have 1 up here. So anyway, this will really help me quite a bit to kind of go through this stuff. So like this is salad topper type stuff, packets of stuff. This is mostly like my husband's type stuff, but I do have like ranch. I have a ton of ranch stuff, and I keep rebuying that. These are like my soups in here, and my husband's soups are kind of up here, so he doesn't have to dig for anything. He likes his chili though, so this is mostly his stuff in here. And then down there I have my sugar-free applesauce, which I like to put with my Greek yogurt, all my protein bars, and then these are just other snacky type stuff, and all my Lily's chocolate bars. So it's better than it was. It's not as great as I'd like it to be, but I don't know how much more I can do with it. Dinner tonight is going to be a bruschetta chicken pasta. I did my pantry yesterday, which I did show you kind of the outcome of my pantry. And I found the palmini noodles in there. So I'm going to use these palmini noodles, which I really like. They're hearts of palm. I'm going to use the angel hair. And then I don't have my chicken out. I'll have to go grab my chicken. So we have chicken in there, chicken tenders. So I'm going to dice those up and cook those. And then for the actual kind of like sauce is going to actually be balsamic vinegar. So let me, so I have an obscene amount of tomatoes because I overbought last week. So I'm going to use kind of a mixture of all these tomatoes. This one's already open. So I'll use for sure these tomatoes. And then, so anyway, I'm going to use a mixture of all these tomatoes for the kind of the sauce part. We're going to add in some balsamic vinegar with that. And then I have some garlic paste, and we'll kind of cook all that together. I'll show you that. I do also have some of this balsamic glaze that I think I'll use on the chicken itself. And then we have some basil here. We'll chop that up and put it with the tomatoes. And then we have some Parmesan cheese to put on the top. So I'm going to assemble all this together, and we'll see it as I go along. So this recipe is from Yellow Bliss Road, which I made recipes from this website before. So I will have the recipe link down below, but of course I'm kind of changing it up. So I have my tomatoes here. I just used cherry tomatoes. I have about a half a cup of basil that I've chopped up. I just put in some balsamic vinegar, a little bit of salt and pepper, and a little bit of garlic paste. And then in my pan here, I'm just cooking up the chicken. I just put a little bit of cooking spray in the pan, diced up the chicken, just tossed it in there, added a little bit of salt and pepper, just nothing crazy. Just gonna cook that until it's all nice and cooked through, and then I'll remove that from the pan, and then we're gonna add in our tomato basil mixture. So we have that here, and again, I don't have any kind of oil in here because the balsamic vinegar, kind of provided a little bit of moisture. So I'm just going to just move this around. Now, I really want to cook it for as long or as little as you want, just depending on the type of texture you want your tomatoes. I kind of did it for maybe about 4 or 5 minutes, and that was it. Now I'm just going to add in those hearts of palm. So I did rinse them. It's not really necessary, I don't feel like, with hearts of palm, but I did go ahead and rinse them, and just mainly to kind of try to separate them. And they're really a little bit hard to mix around, so you just kind of work with it. But I'm just going to mix those around my pan until they're coated with all of that. Now I did end up adding in a little bit more tomato because I feel like I didn't have enough once I added the pasta. And then now I'm going to add in my cooked chicken, and again, just kind of move that around because this is really good. And as you'll see later in this video, it actually was even better the second day once the flavors kind of married all together. But highly recommend this. I am picking up more hearts of palm this week because I forgot how much I loved them. So now time to plate up
So I'm going to just put just a little bit of this balsamic glaze on top. Here's the stats on that. I got this from Trader Joe's like forever ago. I'm really surprised it was even still good. I hadn't opened it yet. So I'm just going to kind of sprinkle a little bit of the balsamic glaze on top and then add just a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Highly recommend this recipe. Low point, low calorie, high protein. And I had dessert this night. So I had one of these 000 Oikos vanilla yogurts. I was just really wanting to try the Cinnamon Toast cereal. I have my scoopable apple pie that I made in my meal prep. Check out my meal prep video. I have this Catalina Crunch Cinnamon Toast cereal I picked up at Safeway, and then some zero sugar Ready Whip. Just going to toss it all into a bowl here, as you can see. And oh my gosh, you guys, amazing. I love that cereal.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Getting ready to take my Motivate. I am making, today I decided to have, I kind of wanted my breakfast sandwiches, but kind of not. So I decided to go with an English muffin, which I'm cooking right now. So the 100-calorie English muffins, and I'm going to do some PB2 crunchy on that. And then I have a strawberry cheesecake yogurt, some strawberries. I'm going to pack all that up. And then for my coffee today, we're going to do the same La Colombe coffee cold brew, and then we're going to do a chai Atkins protein today. So that'll be what I'm going to start with. Not as much protein as I would like, but we'll just see how we get through the day. I know I didn't have a lot of protein yesterday. I did not have a lot of calories yesterday. But I'll tell you, that dessert that I had, my reminders are coming up. That dessert that I had last night, oh my gosh, that was so good. It was just so decadent tasting. That cereal was really good. I tasted it on its own, and it was okay. It kind of had a different kind of aftertaste, but when I mixed it in with the Cool Whip and with the yogurt and all of that, like it just tasted really good. So another thing would have been good, that would have been like bananas. But anyhow, okay, my toast is done. I'm gonna put all this together and pack off and head to work. I'm going to work early. I brought my computer home last night and worked until about 8 o'clock. This craziness will stop soon. Just have to get through the next few weeks where it's just a lot going on, but then once about mid-June hits, should be a little bit better. Here is my breakfast. So we have our English muffin with the PB2 crunchy. I'm actually not going to eat this particular yogurt because I have 2 of them at work I need to eat up. And then we have some strawberries. Just realized I said bananas on that last thing, but honestly, bananas probably wouldn't have gone as well with the scoopable apple pie. To be honest, I forgot that's what I put up there on there. But it would be good with bananas without the scoopable apple pie. Yeah, and like maybe with some like PB2 or something. But anyway, just wanted to clarify that because I just went to put my strawberries away and I saw my apples in there. Y'all, I'm just really tired and stressed right now. Y'all, not my morning. That is my coffee. I am so sad. I gotta start over. I'm gonna pretend I'm not one of those people that looks for signs, but I am. But I'm gonna pretend I'm not, because if what just happened is any sign, that's not a sign of a good day today. Because now I'm gonna get to work on my regular time, not early. I just realized when I got in here that I have a little bit of the coffee on my pants, but I'm wearing jeans, and I think it'll dry. I think it's just wet. I hope. I don't know. At this point, you guys, just like, just in that same moment that I said, yeah, I'm just really stressed right now. I put the camera down. I go to grab my ice, to put my ice in my coffee, and then it just slipped off the counter. So anyway, like I said, I hope these spots, well, when I get to work, I'll kind of dab at them a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully this is the worst that could happen today. Hey guys, it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna have this low carb chicken taco casserole. I'm just gonna take it to work, so I'll heat up when I get to work. I'll top it with some of the shreds and then some guacamole, and that'll be my lunch today. I am also going to take some watermelon to have a snack later. For dinner tonight, I'm gonna heat up half of this leftover chicken bruschetta pasta. This was so good, and definitely going for zero waste this week. I want to make sure I use up everything in the fridge this week. Good morning. It is Wednesday. Made it halfway through the week. I know, you guys, things have been so boring lately. I've got to come up with some more creative stuff. But honestly, like, I'm making my breakfast sandwich. It is the best. I just cannot help it. But I'll tell you, probably the highlight of my week was that bruschetta pasta. It was even better last night as leftovers. If you have not tried the Hearts of Palm pasta, it is such a good low carb pasta alternative. It is so good. But that way that bruschetta pasta turned out, oh my goodness, you guys, it was amazing. And like I said, even better the next day. I think today though, I woke up craving bacon, which you guys know I'm not a bacon person. So I think today for lunch, I'm going to make like a BLT wrap, because I just been like woke up thinking about it. So, but I am going to make my breakfast sandwich. And then tonight's dinner is going to be taco salads, I think, because it's something that both me and my husband can have. I have the 93% lean ground beef, and so I think I'm just going to make us some taco salads for dinner. You never go wrong with taco salads, that's for sure. But yeah, it's actually been a pretty good week. I'm feeling, even though it's really busy right now, I'm just trying to feel very positive and just trying to get through this week. I just need to get through June, and then things are going to be good. Things are going to be really good. But anyway, I'm going to make my sandwich, and then I'm going to head off to work. This is what happens when you try to estimate your egg whites and forget to get your scale out. Oh well, it's just egg whites. Alrighty, we are heading off. It is 7:12. I'll get to work a little bit early. I worked till about 8 o'clock again last night. I have my entire to-do list. I have 70 things, 70 things that I really need to address today. So I'm gonna add a windshield wiper fluid stuff in my windshield's all dirty. But I have emails that have came in since Monday that I just have not gotten to because I've just been reacting to other things. So I have those 70 emails. My goal is to get through all of them before lunch, and then I can go back to working on the project I have got to get done by Friday. So crossing my fingers that at lunchtime I have a good progress report for you. I have my protein coffee, of course. So I have my last Quest protein shake. I have some chia ones in there. I have some Premier Protein caramel ones. I am so mad about my skinny syrup order. I reached out to them because it's been like 12 days now. And they're saying that now they've changed it. When I first submitted my order, it said there may be a 5 to 6 day processing time due to increase in orders. And so I waited about, I don't know, 7 or 8 days, because I hadn't even received the thing saying that they even received my order. Like, I didn't even get the confirmation they received my order. So I reached out to them. They responded right back that, yeah, they showed me my order. They said, they gave me the order number and said it had been received. But then the email said 2 to 3 week processing time. And I'm thinking, okay, but when I made my order, because it popped up on the screen, I didn't save the screen because, I mean, who knew, right? So now, again, I still have not received any confirmation. So I guess I'm about to reach out again and just, ask them, like, what the heck? I mean, I ordered this on, May 10th, and it's the 24th, right? So yeah, so it's been 14 days. It's just annoying. So anyway, I'm out of that, but okay, I'm gonna go and I'll give you guys a little update at lunchtime. All right, it is 12:56. So I got out of a late meeting. I have to be back at work by 1:30 for another meeting. So I came back enough time to take my dog out, make myself a quick wrap. I'm just gonna take it with me to the office. Luckily, I was able to work. Oh, update. So I told you guys I had 77 tasks on my to-do list in my email. I'm down to 31, so definitely made progress, and that was with having this meeting, but I was able to get some of them done kind of as we were chatting through some stuff. I'm very confident that I can get at least another 20 more things done. At least the easy things, and then I can leave the other stuff for the rest of the week. But I'm feeling a lot better and just a lot less stressed for sure. So update on that. This is definitely, you guys are definitely getting these last few weeks, real life 9 to 5 stuff. Although it's not 9 to 5 for me, it's more like 7 to 8 for me, but you're getting the real world. This is how I do things, real world status, working in an office. Let me show you my wrap. La Banterita carb counter, the large one. Hopefully this is not too large. This is where I like to kind of have the smaller ones on hand too, but I just don't eat them enough to be able to go through them. So we'll do that. Some bacon. I like the fully cut, thick cut bacon. So I'll probably do 4 slices. It's 2 slices is a serving. I'll probably do 4 slices, just like it's a big wrap. I'm hungry. I only have the small tomatoes. I don't have any big tomatoes, so I'm going to slice up probably pretty much the rest of these tomatoes. We're going to do some shreds. This is open. Don't need to make a mess. And then I have some holy guacamole, so we're going to put some of this on there. And that will be my lunch today. Definitely not hitting the protein this week. A little disappointed that I actually have not, I've been like just throwing my food in my tracker, but not have really been looking on the protein side. I've been putting everything in my Lose It app, but I really haven't been looking at my bottom line. I don't usually tend to do that until I'm editing. I would, you know, when I'm not like working so much, I do have time to look at it each day and kind of make sure I'm getting that stuff in there. But definitely these busy weeks, I am just throwing it in my tracker, really watching what I'm eating, but I know I'm not getting the protein that I just know I'm not. I do have yogurts at work that I have not eaten. So if I get hungry or anything, I'll have some yogurt. I have a cheese stick and like the turkey stick. I have some of those at work. But I really, what you've been seeing is really all I've been eating. And I've just been so busy that I just have not been hungry. That's just the thing. I've not really been hungry. Okay, I need to quit jabbering and put this together, and I'll show it to you, and then I'm gonna throw it in a bag and head back to work. Oh my gosh, you guys, doesn't this look amazing? I used 2 tablespoons of guacamole, just put a huge handful of lettuce, lots of those tomatoes, and then 4 pieces of bacon, which I cooked a little bit long, but it'll be nice and crispy. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am like beyond excited for this. I don't know if there's any way to get a good picture of this, but we all know it's gonna taste good, even if it's kind of falling apart. Got a little bit too tight rolling it up. Okay, for those of you that are invested in my work day or worried about my mental health, I managed to get my 77-ish, whatever it was, tasks down to 26 today. Now, that doesn't count the at least 30 times, no exaggeration, that I was interrupted by people, phone calls, emails. I had 2 meetings. We actually ended up in a meeting from 10:45 to 12:30, took my lunch, my half an hour lunch, then we had another half-hour meeting after that. So I managed to get all of that done, even with all of that. So feeling very accomplished. I am not gonna do any work tonight. I'm actually gonna go home, make dinner. I'm gonna do taco salads, make dinner, and then that's it. I am resting my brain for the rest of the night because I still have 2 more days this week. So anyhow, on to dinner. And here's my taco salad. I could have made this less points by using ground turkey, but my husband was having this with me, so I didn't want to have to make 2 different kinds of meat. As you guys know, he's allergic to poultry. So this is 96% lean ground beef. I have the taco shell, which was 5 points, so pretty high there. But you know what, you guys, this was an amazing dinner. Loved it. It just really tasted restaurant quality. I did have some fat-free refried beans in the bottom as well. Highly recommend those taco shells. I think they're well worth the 5 points.